Barlow Girl
Why
concert
not? Because we'd like to meet everybody. We'd love to meet everybody in the world.
We've gotten proposals. That's always kind of crazy.
Proposals are always fun.
That's always fun. Lauren
I don't know you.
Lauren had one from the stage.
He came up and like handed me a he
handed her the ring.
He's like, come over here, and he like handed me a ring, and that was kind of fun. I think it's so important for us to convey who we are on stage because I think people just really want realness now.
Yeah.
I think they really want honesty.
You know that we all fall, we all stumble, but hopefully through our stories, through sharing through kind of sharing our journal entries through song and on stage, we hope that people walk away with hope and with renewed vision.
We're nothing special, you know, we're just real girls with problems, and I think that's just why we want to share, because we want to be we just want to be real. What you see is what you get. I mean, that is Barlow Girl on stage.
One thing that we are trying to get across with that is we really do begin to justify, you know, and to say, well, maybe it's okay if I dress this way, because everybody's telling me to dress immodestly to get attention.
There's always going to be the temptation of compromise. Anywhere you are.
What are you doing to compromise the standards that I've set up in your life? What are you doing to compromise, to look like everybody else, to conform, to please everybody in your life, to try to get them to like you?
For us to compromise would be it would be us being disobedient to God and what He's asked us to do in our life.
Or if you you do this over here, just really, really little. It's not changing the song or whatever. You'll get this audience. But that was one of the things that God was like, are you ashamed of me? And we really are like, God, we are not ashamed of you. We want to spread your name wherever we go.
And the thing is, too, that, really convicted us is, God saying, are you ashamed of me? I don't want to not say God because I don't ever want Him not to say my name because He's, ashamed of me.
I would have to say feelings are one of the most dangerous things in our lives, one of the most dangerous temptations, one of the most dangerous battles. It all starts in your feelings and your thoughts, that there's a huge battle going on for your soul. And the thing that we need to do is start taking our thoughts and applying the word to them. Just because we think that we should believe our feelings. We think that everything that comes to our minds, to our thoughts, that we should fulfill, that we should do.
Yeah, and I think that a proof of that is the Psalms. I think David starts so many of his Psalms off with feelings. I feel like you've left me. I feel like you've abandoned me. And it's so cool because what I love about the transformation of that is near the middle or the end, he's always going, but I know that you've said you are this, but I know you've said you will never leave me or forsake me. The truth of what he knew about God, about God's character, set him free. Yeah. Not his feelings. Your feelings will never set you free. Right. It says, God's truth, God's promises will set us free at the end of the day.
We don't want to say absolutes. I think that's the big thing nowadays. Our culture is so don't have any absolutes. Everything's okay. Everything's right.
Everything's a God.
Everything's wonderful. And nothing's wrong. Nothing's right. Everything's just fine. Don't say that's wrong because it's not right to say that's wrong.
It'll offend me.
It makes us uncomfortable.
It makes us uncomfortable.
We were actually studying a lot in Revelation where it says, where God's talking to His people and He says, I desire you to be hot or cold, but not lukewarm, because, if you're lukewarm, I'll spit you out of my mouth. And we figured if He'd said that, it would probably be a little serious.
Yeah. Everything is black and white. Something is right and something is wrong, and you have to know what that is.
I don't know, but we really felt God challenging us. Girls, I want you to be hot or cold, but whatever you do, do not be lukewarm.
And so God said, girls, I want you to have absolutes. I want you to say, I believe in this, and this is right and this is wrong.
So that might be a reason why, too, we're scared of absolutes, is maybe not even so much for the world, but for ourselves. We're actually scared to admit it, to say, that means that I need to call sin in my life and let God begin to deal with some stuff and really purify me.